What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 27. We start today's episode off on the back of the 1-1 draw against Huddersfield Town with Preston North End. The lads from Deepdale coming to take on at Rodney Parade, and after a pretty decent start to the season, no defeats in our first 4 games, but no wins in our first 4 games. 4 draws in our opening 4 in the Championship. We're proving we've got what it takes to stand up to these guys, if not pick up our first win just yet. So Preston North End in South Wales, aiming for our first win in the Championship, and 20 minutes in, after Price made a great save, a good chance to get our first goal. Humphreys looking for his 3rd straight goal denied by Vargas, who turns behind for a corner. He's already looking like he's good enough for this division at just 16 years old. So yeah, still Newport 0, Preston 0. Another great chance to visit here. Fernandez denied by Price. Another great save there by the lad with a top knot, as it's still 0-0 half an hour in, and from that we went on the counter. Isaac Davis gets round Ledson, rolls it through to Reese down this right hand side, slots it through to Gavin Humphreys. At the moment he's at the heart of all of our attacks, as Rashesha is sent down the right. Quite a slow counter attack, but it eventually led to a chance. Rashesha stepping in, rolling it across, and again we're looking for Gavin Humphreys right now, because he is just everywhere. I talked about it when he came out of the academy. After a great save by Vargas, kept it at 0-0, and another great save by Price. Still meant the score was scoreless as we were approaching the break. Both goalkeepers in the first half having absolute stormers here as Walker's through one-on-one, and again it's Price sticking out the left leg, making the save and keeping it at 0-0. This was really a game for the goalkeepers in this one. Both shot stoppers put in man of the match displays and earned a glass of champagne each at the final whistle, because that was how the game would finish. Goalless draw, 0-0, and 5 straight draws. I don't think I've ever started a season like this ever. In any career mode series I've done, in any season I've done in those series, I don't think I've ever started a season off like this. This is bizarre. Goalless draw, clean sheet, I'll take it, but 5 straight draws to start the campaign off. Absolutely bizarre. But yeah, real briefly on Humphreys, I talked about it when he came out of the academy. If you look at our system, this game being the exception as it was an EFL Cup second round tie against Wigan, and I decided to rotate my entire side. But if you look at our system when we play our league games, and the vast majority of our games in the season, we got Ben Davis sitting deeper as a holding mid, and Gavin Humphreys pushed up further as an attacking mid. And it makes our formation look quite asymmetrical, specifically through the middle of the park. And I don't really like asymmetry. I don't know whether it's just me being not OCD, but particular. You know, I like everything to be organised, everything to look aesthetically pleasing. Asymmetrical formations for me, they just make me feel a little bit uneasy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, in this Newport County team, it's the best way to get the best results with our 2-star players. Davis sitting deeper as a holding mid, and then Humphreys pushed up further as an attacking mid, being able to play as a free role type of player. Anyway, following that, we see we've got 4 players going away on international duty. Tony Matthews got a call up. Davis, Colwell and Cooper are the other 3 that are going Wales. Unfortunately, I mentioned this last season, in League 1 and League 2, the season carries on. For international breaks, the teams don't go away, and those 2 divisions keep on playing. In the Championship, there's ordinarily an international break. Yeah, unfortunately, this season, for the first international break, we're not going away as well. We're going to continue playing. We've got Millwall during the international break. So that means we'll miss Davis, it means we'll miss Colwell, Cooper, and also Tony Matthews as well. So 4 of our players will be missing for that visit from the Lions there, and that is so frustrating. But one of those things, I guess, just have to try and cope. Anyway, 3rd game of today's episode, Luton Town, Kenilworth Road, away from home. And after 5 straight draws, I was thinking, is this the game where we end the hoodoo and get ourselves our first victory of this season? Well, heading into the game, we would take the lead. Isaac Davis making it 1-0, the League One Golden Boot winner, firing us in front early, but Luton almost hit back off the crossbar there, as it was still 1-0. But in the first half, leading by 1, we haven't led that many games this season, but I still felt reasonably confident that we could possibly get ourselves a second goal if we stayed in attack mode, because we've seen, despite the clean sheet against Preston a couple of games ago and firing a blank against Wigan in the last game, we can score goals in this division. We can put the ball in the back of the net, and if we're brave enough, we'll get rewarded for it. Davis denied his second as it was still 1-0. We've been the better team in the first half, despite the Hatters hitting the woodwork. Our 2 minutes to go before the break. Oh yes, I'm scoring a lot more goals like this in FIFA now. Start the season off, I wasn't really able to score too many cutback goals, if you will, stepping in from the flank and then pegging it across the 6-yard area. But now I'm finding it a lot more common that your players will lose the markers in the area. That's exactly what happened happens there. Tony Matthews lost his man, slides it across, and there's Isaac Davis, the former Bluebird, to bag his brace and make it 2-0 Newport County. Luton would get back in the game though 7 minutes after the restart. Price beaten at the near post. Great finish off the underside of the crossbar, and Luton half the deficit. And I was thinking, no, come on man, we were leading by 2. Surely this is the game we get our first 3 points, and 59 minutes in, we get ourselves our third, restored a 2-goal cushion, and it's a hat-trick for Isaac Davis, and that's why Alan Bound, as much as we love him, is still tied to the bench. 3-1 Newport County, and it's Davis bagging the match ball, the champagne, and possibly the 3 points as well. Just kept himself on side, clinical finish, 3-1 Newport County. Luton Town kept attacking though. Pelly, Roddick and Pansy finds Mendes Gomez, 1-2 between the pair there, and a fan favourite in our Fulham Football Manager save last year is denied by another great save by Price, who kept it to 3-1, and that was how the game would finish. It is over at this 6th attempt of asking. Newport County have won a game. Yes, we've got our first win in the championship. It's Davis's hat-trick that gives it to us. Final score at Kenilworth Road, Luton Town 1, Newport County 3, and I was absolutely buzzing. And the good news as well is that during the game you would have seen it, Gavin Humphreys went down. Thankfully he soldiered on, and the bruised shoulder means he'll only be out for 5 days, so very pleased with that. He's had a great start to the season, 2 goals already, so good to know he's not got a long-term injury. So yeah, there we go, off to winning ways, and we had to thank Price as much as Davis for the wins as well. Great saves by our goalkeeper there, made sure we didn't concede more than one. He had a bid from Seattle Sounders on transfer deadline day, and of course I said no. I like him. You know, he's only 5'11". It's very, very rare I have a goalkeeper in my team that's under 6 foot, but I like him a lot. I think he's really decent, and as we know, he still shows great potential. Still, on deadline day, after rejecting those bids, we still had 6 million to play with, and I was like, right, I've got to make a signing, surely. Now, of course, the one I really wanted was Brennan Johnson, Nottingham Forest. Unfortunately, as I said, we can't get him as there's not enough depth there at the City ground. Ethan Ampadu and Dylan Levitt are on far too high contracts for us to afford at Newport County. But I thought about this guy as a potential great signing if I could get him for valuation. Rabbi Matondo, moving on from Manchester City to Schalke. I put in a valuation £6 million bid, and the lads from Gelsenkirchen said, that's fine, we're okay with that. Just add in a 16% sell-on clause. And I was like, fair enough. I mean, it's not going to mean anything because, of course, we're not going to sell him. Why would we sell a Welsh player with decent potential in this team? So that sell-on clause meant nothing. Valuation, £6 million bid for Rabbi Matondo. 73 rated, 22 years old, and he signs a 4-year, 15 grand a week contract. And Rabbi Matondo, welcome to Rodney Parade. So he becomes the highest earner in this team. Ben Davis is fuming, but even so, Matondo comes in, and I'm buzzing about this signing as well, because I'll be honest, I really wanted Brennan Johnson. I was waiting and waiting and waiting until the final hours of deadline day, but unfortunately just wasn't able to negotiate a fee with Nottingham Forest. But Rabbi Matondo might prove to be the better player. 22 years old, high low work rates, and again, he's absolutely rapid with 93 for both his sprint speed and acceleration. Great dribbling of the ball, fantastic agility and balance as well. Low stamina, we need to bump that up. But as an inside forward, this guy looks like an absolutely brilliant player. Whether I play him on the left and drift Colwell out to the right, I'm not entirely sure. I'll have him starting on the right in place of Sam Pearson when he gets back from injury. That's probably what I'll most likely look to do, as I really like Colwell and Davis as a duo as part of our front three. But Rabbi Matondo in £6 million, that to me is an absolute bargain there. And I remember when Schalke bought him many years ago from Manchester City, they spent a lot of money to bring him in. He's an English-born Welsh international, and for them to sell him to us for £6 million, I think that'll mean they make a loss on Rabbi Matondo, but we capitalise on that cut price deal. He's going to be worth a lot more than £6 million as the seasons go by, and I definitely think this guy could get into the mid-80s, no doubt about that. So really happy to pick up on deadline day. That was the deal we were waiting for. We waited until the final hour of transfer deadline day to pull it off, but Rabbi Matondo is in, buzzing with that. Quickest player in the team now, absolutely rapid, and 73 overall as well. Makes him, I believe, the 3rd highest rated player in this team. That's a brilliant signing as a new club record transfer fee is paid on deadline day, but I think worth every single penny. So you look at the Newport County side then after this season, we are still a 3-star team for now, but I think we'll become 3.5-star team as the season goes by. And to start the campaign off as well, it's been a good start for Newport County. 5 draws in our first 6 games, yes, we're one of only 4 teams that is still yet to lose. Still undefeated for our first 6 games. Mid-table, that's a pretty impressive start for a newly promoted side. I'll take it. But that will end today's episode of Club and Country, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.